Camera is on and recording. Friends and fellow travelers through this wonderful, chaotic season we call Christmas. Let's take a moment to pause. Amid the glittering lights, the ever-expanding shopping lists, and of course the flurry of holiday events, let's stop and ask ourselves, what is Christmas really about? How did we even get here and where do we go from here? For a moment, imagine the longest night of the year, the winter solstice, a time where ancient people, far removed from our modern conveniences, looked to the heavens and saw magic unfold in the skies. The longest night, followed by the gradual return of the sun, represented hope, renewal, and rebirth. Isn't that magical? Not a myth, not a story, but a real, tangible phenomenon, a natural rebirth. We often hear about the rebirth of others. Jesus, the sun god of olds, or mythical heroes. But what about our own? The day after the longest night, every one of us has the chance to be reborn, not through gifts or rituals, but through a profound connection to the cycle of light and darkness. This is a time for reflection and for embracing the light within us as the days start to grow longer. Let us maybe use this moment to rekindle hope and purpose in our lives. Christmas as we know it didn't spring fully formed from the pages of the Bible nor any other book or mind. It is a story woven from centuries of traditions. Before Christianity, there were festivals like Saturnalia in Rome, a week of feasting, gift giving, and even reversing social roles, like slaves became masters and masters became slaves. Germanic and Norse people celebrated Yule, honoring the rebirth of the sun with feasting, evergreens, and fires. And then came the church, aligning the birth of Christ with the winter solstice. As the exact date of Jesus' birthday is unknown and the Bible provides no specific date, December 25th was chosen by the church in the 4th century, likely to overlap with pagan solstice celebrations to ease the transition of converts. And in 336 AD, Emperor Constantine, the first Christian Roman emperor, celebrated Christmas officially on December 25th. And so, December 25th became a symbol of light in the darkness, a blending of faith and folklore. Over the centuries, Christmas evolved through periods of rejection, revival, and reinvention. It absorbed traditions from every culture it touched, each one adding to the richness of the celebration. But in this evolution, something happened. Somewhere along the way, the spirit of the season began to compete with the demand of consumption. Do you remember when Christmas was truly fun? When you left cookies for Santa and couldn't wait to see what presents awaited under the tree? For many of us, those simple joys seem like distant memories. Instead, we find ourselves running from shop to shop or scrolling endlessly online, searching for the perfect gift. Secret Santas at work, gift exchanges with friends, and presents for every relative. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. And I can't help but wonder, why? How did it come to this? The birth of Christ happened in the humblest of settings, a stable surrounded by animals with no grandeur or glitter. How have we gone from that simple story of devotion and renewal to this frantic season of buying? The deeper meaning of Christmas is not found in the presents we give or receive. It's not in the decorations or the sales or even the traditions we follow without question. It's in something far more profound. Christmas is an invitation to step back and reconnect with nature, with each other, and with ourselves. The fasting that once preceded this holiday wasn't just about abstaining from food. It was about cleansing, preparing, making room for the joy and abundance that would follow. What if we reclaimed that? Not by fasting necessarily, but by simplifying, by taking time to reflect instead of rushing to keep up, by remembering that the longest night gives birth to the light, and that light lives in all of us. We don't need to look outward to find the spirit of Christmas. It's already here. It's in the warmth of a shared meal or the quiet of a winter's night. It's in the fondness we give freely without expectations of return. Every season, I challenge all of us to reimagine Christmas. Not as a race to check off lists or outdo one another with extravagant gifts, but as a time to return to the roots of joy and connection, to honor the rebirth of the light, both in the natural world and within ourselves. Let's create moments, not things. Let's celebrate the longest night with wonder, not stress. Let's embrace the traditions that nourish us and let go of those that burden us. Christmas is not about perfection. It's not about how many presents are under the tree or about how lavish our celebrations are. It's about the light returning, growing, warming our hearts and our homes. It's maybe a little about hope, maybe a little about compassion. So, as we gather this season, let's take a moment to breathe, to look at the stars, to light a candle against the darkness, and remember that the magic of Christmas is not entirely in the stories we tell, but in the lives we live. And then maybe this year we can all find our rebirth, a chance to step into the light, leaving behind the stress and the chaos, and embracing the simple, beautiful truth of the season. Because Christmas is not something that happens to us. It's something we create together. Merry Christmas, and may your light shine brightly.